5 weeks since the last numbered event, and now we have UFC 327, Prohaska versus Ulberg, massive title fight, insane, can't wait for it. And as always, we go through the card, I give my predictions, and then we will see if I got them right or not. This card is, I would argue, the best numbered event so far. A lot of known names, even in prelims and stuff, so I might talk a bit more also today. But yeah, so let's start at the bottom. So I don't know these two. Then this fight, I'm not 100% sure, but I might have actually suggested that fight in one of my matchmakings way back, but I'm not sure, and I was too lazy to go through them. But yeah, we got Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. Wasn't Luque too good? Get it? Wasn't Luque too good last fights? I think he won one, but oh wait, I can't do it like this. I have to do it like this. Lost. Yeah, I mean, not that bad, but to most bigger names he loses. And Gastelum had a pretty good run, but lost, yeah, against Pfeiffer. Oh wait, no, I think I confused him with Hakparast. They kinda look similar. Hakparast had a very good run and then got knocked out. Okay, so it's like literally back-to-back win-loss. The upcomer good guys lost. The randoms, let's call him like this, he wins. I feel like Gastelum's gonna make this. This guy has a good chin. I hope he doesn't miss weight. But I feel like it's gonna be a chin difference and also speed difference. Luque looked kinda slow his last fights, in my opinion. And I feel like Gastelum will probably just outbox him with quick hands. Yeah, so my prediction would be maybe even a TKO or something like that. Let's say second round TKO Kelvin Gastelum. Okay, these two I do not know. Women, I don't know enough to even say something, so no clue either. Then we got on the prelims an actual pretty good fight. So Gamrot, yeah, okay, he lost to Oliveira, sucks. But it's no shame losing against Oliveira, and he won his last one. This fight arguably could have been a win also, and except Makachev, he's the only one to ever get a win over Sarukian, so don't forget that either. This guy, it's crazy that he fights so early, but that just shows how stacked the card is. This guy, I'm not quite sure. I think it's like 50-50. He won a couple, he lost. Yeah, won against Zellhuber, which turned out to not be the best enemy, but lost to Hakparast. It was split decision though. So this guy is on a pretty good run. I guess split decision, this could have gone to either guy then. So you could argue almost 5-win streak. This is interesting fight, very interesting fight, because you got on one hand the guy you should not write off at all, Gamrot, and you got a younger guy that wants a numbered spot, 4 wins out of his last 5 fights. Sadly, I can't this guy fought, like, I just can't remember his last fight, and I don't know if he's wrestler or striker, but if he's a striker, I feel like Gamrot's gonna destroy him. Let's check once more, 1 second. Okay, it's decisions, all decisions. Honestly, if it goes to decision, I say Gamrot wins this. Insane cardio, ground game, very good. Again, the performance against Oliveira was a bit weird. I didn't think he's gonna lose that clearly. But still, I would go with Gamrot wins by decision. Okay, and next fight, Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. I can't remember this guy either. Lost to Bonfim, lost to Brian Battle, won versus Dalby, but Dalby, I don't know. I mean, the only two guys I would say have a real name are these two, and he lost to both of them. And Kevin Holland, guys, I know he's all over the place, lose, win, whatever. Yeah, this was, I don't know, shit fight. I don't know, like, I wouldn't have given Malott the fight, but whatever. This was pretty clear loss. Win against Luque, win against... Yeah, I mean, it's also the same, like the bigger names, he usually loses to them. But this guy really fights everyone. No, but honestly, like, to me, this Kevin Holland is gonna completely destroy this guy. This guy didn't even fight one top 15 guy yet, and the only better guys he fought, he lost to them, and Kevin Holland is super underrated. He just doesn't care about ranking, and that's why maybe a casual would think, oh, this guy is not even ranked, he has to be bad. But no, Kevin Holland, very good. Crafty striker, good range. I really like him and his fighting style. So yeah, to me this is gonna be a Kevin Holland domination. Maybe even round one. Yeah, let's go for a round one knockout. Actually, I go for a round one knockout by Kevin Holland. Okay, now next fight on the prelims, which is so funny to me, because this is a prelim UFC fight, but in Bellator this would have been like the biggest fight ever, you know, champ versus champ basically, and as far as I know they both were champs in Bellator, and this would have been like literally a top fight in Bellator, and now it's just a random prelim fight in UFC. But I'm still hyped because of course both of the Bellator guys wanna show up and wanna show what they can do. Pico did not look, I know he's getting clowned on a bit, but I wouldn't even say he looked that bad versus Murphy. I think he also got a bit too excited and maybe didn't respect that Murphy could have that KO power, since most of his wins were decisions. And by the way, 1 second, speaking of Murphy, what the fuck was even that Evloev event like? That was the weirdest scoring I've ever seen. To me, it should have been a draw. Murphy won 3 rounds. No, wait. Oh my god, it's been a while now, but who got the point taken? I think it was Evloev. And then I would have scored it like this. Evloev won 3 rounds, lost the point, which it means he has 28. And Murphy also 28, so it would have been a draw, but for some reason they gave it to Evloev. Whatever. I personally, I had the conspiracy. Maybe I even talked about it. Sorry guys if I already talked about it. It's been a while since I made the last UFC video, but I had the theory that they wanted to force a draw so they can just again not give either of them the title shot versus Volk. So yeah, but whatever. So back to Pico versus Pitbull. Again, didn't look that bad, and Pitbull also didn't look that bad. I mean, yeah, one win, one lose. What? Freire? What does that mean? Why does it say Freire? What? Bro, am I tripping? Like, it says Pitbull here, but it says Freire there. Whatever, man. Guys, this really is a 50-50 fight to me. I can't really... this is a coin flip fight, literally, to me. I don't know. I mean... I think Pitbull is a bit older. How old is... 29. So maybe the age could be a factor here. Yeah, 38. Okay, you know what? I think this is gonna be my criteria which I'm gonna use. He's the younger guy, maybe also hungrier. I would go for Aaron Pico, but I would say by decision. Aaron Pico by decision. Okay, so now we go to the main card. First fight, Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. Cub Swanson, veteran, gonna be his last fight. He already said that. But you guys know how it is with retirements. They still come back a lot, but I feel like for him it's really gonna be the last one. I mean, this guy, I still remember he fought so long ago when the shorts, the canvas, everything of UFC just looked completely different. So it's very crazy to still see him, again, like 50-50, which is remarkable for 42 years, like absolutely crazy, and doesn't look like 42 in my opinion. Nate Landwehr, I don't know, I feel like, don't underestimate this guy, but I feel like they chose him for a reason. I'm pretty sure they want to give Cub Swanson the win, his retirement win. But it's still, everything is possible. The reason why I think is this guy fights very reckless, but also very entertaining at the same time. And I feel like maybe they kinda hope that his recklessness will cost him the win, because Cub Swanson does have KO power. Of course, with the age, it goes away with time, but look here, KO win, KO win, KO win. So he definitely has the power, right? He was on kind of a losing streak here. Yeah, guys, I will go with Cub Swanson. Does he get a knockout? I don't think so. But yeah, I will go for Cub Swanson by decision. Okay, next fight. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. The battle of the non-existent chins. We might actually see the first double KO ever. Okay, I will admit I stole that joke. I read that online. But yeah, both guys not known for taking shots very well, but also known for dishing out shots very well. So I personally think this is gonna end in a knockout 100%, even though you know how it is sometimes. It's exactly those fights that randomly decisions at the end. But I stay with my initial prediction or thought that this will be a KO. And the guy I will predict to win is Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, very crafty, very awkward movement, insane knockout power, and I feel like the style is just not very good for Reyes. In a way, I feel like Johnny Walker is a bit of a Jiri Prohaska with a way worse chin. But he has very dangerous strikes, big reach, again very crafty. I can see a spinning elbow or something like that. Maybe flying knees. But yeah, I will go for Johnny Walker by knockout, and I kinda wanna say round 1. Because again, I feel like both guys, they wanna get the knockout, they know they can chin their opponents. And I feel like they will go for exactly that. Also, you gotta remember, so the title fight is also at light heavyweight, and if you fight on the main card in the same weight class, oftentimes if you make a big performance, you immediately enter title contender territory, because it's kind of the recency thing also, so the guys just remember you more. So with a spectacular performance, either of them might actually get a title shot. Who knows? I don't think so, but maybe. But yeah, I would say Johnny Walker KO first round. Okay, next fight. Curtis Blade versus Josh Hokit. So I'll be honest, I did not know anything about this guy except that he's a wrestler and also one first guy to win by middle finger. I don't know if you saw that, but this fight, it was such a weird sequence. You didn't even see what really happened, and then Hokit walked away from his opponent and showed his middle finger, and this guy it literally looked like he got KO'd from the middle finger. Very weird, but I will tell you one thing. Yes, it was cringe as fuck, but his entire media presence so far, it's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. This guy is like autistic or something, but I liked it. It was entertaining. He beefed with literally everyone, and this persona he played, it was so cringe but also funny as fuck. So I like him for that. And by the way, I might have gotten it wrong, and he might actually not be a wrestler, because both his wins were knockouts. Maybe it's just random, but 5 wins by knockout. Guys, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but I remember it like this, that he was actually a wrestler. If he's not, I'm sorry, then I'm wrong. But his opponent, Curtis Blade, very well rounded. I feel like first of all, I feel like that this is a perfect test. The matchup is very good. So this guy beat his first 2 guys. He has a lot of hype because fighter facts here. Wrestled. Yeah, guys, I think he is a wrestler and just randomly KO'd his first opponent. So, I feel like he is kind of a one-trick pony type fighter at the moment. And I just wanna check it out. Yo, is this guy the real deal? Let's give him Curtis Blades. If he can beat him, we got a new hype guy in the division. decision. I like the matchup, but I feel like it's gonna be too much for him because Curtis Blades is underrated. This guy's good everywhere. And yeah, again, I really like the matchup. I think it's very, very good test for Hokit, but I feel like he's gonna lose this one. And I would say decision loss. Oh wait, I forgot to say the points actually. So this one, I don't even remember anymore. I think I said second round TKO Kelvin Gastelum. This one decision 29-28 for Gamrot. Kevin Holland first round knockout. Pico Pitbull decision 29-28 for him. And Swanson Landwehr, I will also say 29-28 for Swanson. This was what did I say? I think first round KO Johnny Walker. And here I got a lot of 29-28s, but I feel like this is gonna be a 29-28 also. I feel like he's gonna get one round, but I'm very curious. I'm not very, very secure in my decision here, so let's see. Co-main event, Paulo Costa versus Azamat Murzakanov. Finally, we see Costa fight again. I really like this guy a lot. I know a lot of guys don't like him, but I think he's very funny and kind of wholesome. His media appearances and stuff usually were pretty funny. If he got his secret juice, he won already anyway. But yeah, he moves up to light heavyweight, which is very interesting in my opinion. This guy always completely drained himself weight cutting to middleweight, and now at a more natural weight class I feel like we're gonna see a different Paulo Costa, but we also might see a Paulo Costa that isn't like bulldozing in a lower weight class anymore. But still, I mean, we saw it with Alex Pereira. It's not like these guys just magically lose their power because they fight one weight class above. It can be the opposite actually. And I don't know, man, I saw a lot of people say Azamat's gonna win, but I personally, I will go with Paulo Costa here. Paulo Costa, nasty kicks, very good chin. Azamat fight versus Rakic. Okay, yeah, it was a good KO, but he also kind of ran into that jab. It was a very weird KO, and I think he ate a couple of kicks from Rakic before getting the win. So with Paulo Costa, I don't know. I can see some nasty body kicks by Costa. Maybe we get some spinning stuff here and there. I don't think Paulo Costa is as easily chinned as Rakic. I feel Rakic doesn't have the best chin. This fight is weird because if this was at middleweight, I wouldn't even think and instantly choose Costa, but I don't know how much the light heavyweight factor will play in. But this one is gonna be a bit biased because I just like Costa and I hope he wins. So I will say Costa wins by, sorry, again, 29-28 decision. I don't really see a knockout here by either of them. I don't really know this guy's chin, to be honest. Hold on, man, this guy is kind of, oh my god, he's kind of on a winning streak, 6-fight winning streak. Hold on. I mean, okay, almost the first five guys you can almost forget because, I mean, look who Paulo Costa fought. He fought Strickland, Prime Strickland, split decision win. Prime Whittaker, decision unanimous. Rockhold, okay, that was such a weird fight. Vittori, like look at these names, and they were, except of Rockhold, they were all in their. Maybe even Whittaker wasn't in his prime anymore, but they still were at the top of the top back then. And Adesanya, especially Adesanya. Yeah, that fight was so weird. So he kinda developed into a decision machine after bulldozing everyone. But yeah, these guys, like Vittori, Iron Chin, he wobbled Whittaker once, I remember that. Strickland fight, yeah, could have gone either way. Yeah, no, even though this guy's on a big winning streak, the caliber of guys Costa fought is just way different, and maybe the momentum will be on this guy's side, but I say 29-28 decision win for Paulo Costa. That's my final prediction. Okay, and now the main event of the evening. We got Jiří Procházka versus Carlos Ulberg. Very, very interesting fight. Makes sense. Makes absolutely sense. I don't remember what opponent I chose for Jiří in my last matchmaking, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Ulberg. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. So, interesting fight. Also interesting that it became a title fight because Pereira, as most of you probably know, will go to heavyweight. So now this isn't an interim fight, but an actual title fight. First of all, I love Jiří. This guy is such a character, and there are few guys like him on this planet, so we gotta cherish every moment we have with him. And I feel like he will win this fight. Ulberg has a very good resume, don't get me wrong, okay? So he got the Reyes KO win, okay, decent. He got the Blachowicz decision, which was very controversial in my opinion. This could have gone to Blachowicz easy, but I feel like they just wanted to push him. Oezdemir fight, not quite sure. And all these guys are already almost dismissible. So the best three fighters were Oezdemir, Blachowicz and Reyes gets easily knocked out, controversial win, and this I don't remember. And now look what Jiří Procházka has on his resume. Boom, win against Roundtree, who was number 3 ranked. Win against Hill, who also I think back then was number 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, lost to Alex Pereira, but guys, almost everyone lost to Pereira. Win against Rakic, another loss, but you know, just look at those names, like they are all top 5. You also got a win against Reyes, by the way. Also against Oezdemir, so that's funny. They both beat the same guys, but Jiří beat them when he joined the UFC. Yeah, no guys, to me, I don't want to talk bad about Ulberg or anything. This guy is very solid, but I feel like we are gonna see levels of difference in this fight. I feel like Jiří is on a complete other level than Ulberg. Also, the kickboxing guys from Australia, they were kind of struggling in last month or maybe even years. Adesanya struggling, Hooker struggling, Kai Kara France struggling. Didn't look too good, and now with Ulberg, they probably hope they might have the new star in the making. But again, Prohaska is different animal. He only loses to Pereira because Yuri's iron chin is not iron enough against the diamond punch from Pereira, but all the other guys he could take the punches. And I don't see Ulberg having Pereira power. And I also, I'm not ultra hyper impressed by Ulberg's fighting. So to me, this is gonna be a Prohaska win. We might see the typical Yuri loses first round, maybe even the second round, and then he's gonna turn it up towards the end. I kinda see Khalil Roundtree Jr. type performance maybe, but it's 5 rounds. We have to remember this. We never saw this guy in a 5-round fight, I think. Maybe this was a main event, I'm not sure anymore, and maybe this too. But no, this was 3, so this might have been, but Prohaska has been in so many 5-round fights and also went to, these both were, no, this was a 3-rounder, I think, but this was 5 rounds. I mean, he only went to 5 once, but I think these all were 5-rounder fights. This wasn't. But these two obviously were. Yeah, no, to me, no, there's no question. Yuri Prohaska will win this. My final prediction is TKO round number 4. I can see Ulberg being good at the beginning. Maybe the classic Prohaska tactic of testing the chin. Let's see if I can absorb some strikes. Let's not do too much early. And then just once we figure out our opponent, we go for that. To literally quote him. And yeah, that's my final prediction. Yuri Prohaska, TKO, round number 4. I can see him back Ulberg up towards the cage and then just again kind of like a Khalil Roundtree situation. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Tell me your prediction in the comments if you want. And yeah, if you like the video, sorry. If you like the video, please maybe leave a like and also subscribe. And yeah, until next time, bye bye.